Hello guys, going to be breaking down the May 3rd, Tuesday MLB slate. So the Monday slate went pretty well. All of the favorite picks that I had hit. There were a few Buxton, Correa that just missed. But overall, very good night again. So let's continue on Tuesday. We got a full slate of games. Doubleheader for the Braves and the Mets. First inning props, their game 2, and then the Rockies game, Coors Field game. So those are not going to be available. There are actually no pitching props, which that really sucks. Was waiting to see if they would add them, but unfortunately they have not yet actually reached out to support. They say the same thing every time. They just say that they'll look into it. They'll let the lines making team know, but it's been a while, so I'm sure they'll be out tomorrow. But make sure you do follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet the plays out if there are any good ones for the pitchers tomorrow on my Twitter. Link is in the description below. But looking at what is on the board available right now, first inning runs allowed, there are a few that I like. So the first one is going to be Cincinnati at Milwaukee, and this is going to be an under. All these are going to be under plays. It's Tyler Mahle against Brandon Woodruff. So Tyler Mahle, Woodruff, 4.5, 2.7 run total. Game is going to be in Milwaukee, 44 degrees. They could close the roof, so this might not matter at all. But Mahle has been unlucky this year. He's had some very tough matchups. Pitching against the Braves, Dodgers, that's not easy. Padres, away to and also Cincinnati. It is a very hitter-friendly ballpark. So all of this, it's just kind of been difficult on him, and you're gonna see it with the expected ERA. You look at his Baseball Savant page. That's a lot of red. And for someone who has a 6.45 ERA, 1.66 whip, these numbers are not good. But then you look at the advanced stats and they say that he's much better than those basic stats indicate. Expected ERA is at 2.88. Hard hit rate, he's only giving up 31%. The K rate, that's fine. It probably should increase as he is going to get better matchups as the season goes on. So just some of these things, all of the expected numbers are just lower than what he's allowed so far. So I expect him to definitely be a much better pitcher as the season goes on. And I think that you're going to get some value here. Brandon Woodruff as well. He hasn't really had the best year as well, but he's got that ace potential in him. He is a solid pitcher. We already know that. He can be elite. And pitching at home, I think, against a Cincinnati team that's just not going to be competitive. They're losing a lot. I think they might actually be the worst team in baseball right now. So I think both sides, there definitely is some value on this one, and I really do like the under on it. The next one's going to be KC or St. Louis at Kansas City. So for this game, it is going to be Dakota Hudson against Brad Keller. This is more of just two okay pitchers that they're playing in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Wind is blowing in. It's pretty cold and low run total. So all those factors that you look for in an under, they got. The pitchers, they could be better. So better pitchers, harder chance to score runs. But I like it still, regardless of the pitching matchup. Paul Goldschmidt, he was able to hit a solo today, and so this prop did not hit. But the Cardinals, they're very right-handed heavy. Brad Keller is someone who, is a righty. Dakota Hudson, same thing with the Royals on the other side. I just feel like the run total, I think it actually might be one of the lower ones. Cincinnati, of course, they're going to really tank that run total. And then you have the Dodgers too. So it's a really low run total game, and that's what you want in an under. And then leading into the third one, that's going to be the Giants and the Dodgers. So this is going to be one of the better pitching matchups we have. Carlos Rodon against Julio Urias. Both of them just very elite pitchers. Rodon has been probably the best pitcher, honestly, for baseball in the first month. And this is going to be a difficult spot for him. Really going to test him. The Dodgers, one of the best offenses in baseball. But 67 degrees. Not that hot out in LA, wind just slightly blowing out, but just with the injuries that the Giants are dealing with in their lineup, I think it's going to help Urias. And then Rodon, Dodgers, they haven't really been hitting that well, actually. And some of these guys like Justin Turner, Max Muncy, really struggling. So just with the elite pitching on the mound today, I think that this one should be able to hit the under. This one, I believe, has like a minus 165 on DK Sportsbook. So you're getting value there. So those are the first inning run props. Now, on to hitter fantasy. So the first one that I really like is Jazz Chisholm 6.5. This is probably my favorite play on the slate right now, and that is going to be because Jazz Chisholm, again, batting leadoff for someone who has stolen base potential is just going to be huge, and he's going to be facing off against a righty in Castellanos, and this guy, I mean, he's not awful, but I wouldn't say he's good, and he has a 12.9% K rate right now, which is bottom 7% of the league. Also, he walks almost 10% of the time, so that's going to be nice if Chisholm can get on base. Again, just being able to steal second, he's going to hit the over then easily on that with a walk. That would be 7 points. Hit the over on a 6.5. But the concern with Jazz Chisholm is, of course, his swing and misses. So those are the only two blue categories on his page, and you look at that K rate near 30%. But because of how Castellanos doesn't strike guys out, it's just kind of like a puzzle pieces fitting together type of matchup for him. And with the platoon advantage, I really like Jazz Chisholm here. I think you're getting also a very poor Arizona bullpen. There's no run total for this game yet, but with him batting leadoff, Aguilar been hitting better as of late. Should be able to drive him in. So I really do like Jazz at 6.5. I think this line is a little bit too low. And then the next one, we're going to go right back to Byron Boxton. 6.5. So against Baltimore once again. Bruce Zimmerman, a better pitcher than Tyler Wells, but he does get the platoon advantage here. Buxton, he was on base, but Luis Arias, he just swung really early in the count. He wasn't able to steal second, so hopefully with the wind blowing, it's kind of like horizontal. Maybe that changes a little bit going towards the outfield, but I like the platoon advantage for Buxton. He definitely hits a lot better from against lefties, so I like that in it. And it's a 6.5 projection instead of a 7.5 that it was on Monday. And then the next one, another one that we're going to go right back to, and that is going to be Alex Bregman. So Chris Flexen, he had a very good year last year, but he's just not like an elite pitcher. He doesn't have swing and miss stuff. He also was not bad, but he was just worse on the road, and he's going to be on the road again. He also isn't pitching that well to begin this year. You have the winds blowing out 11 miles towards left, which is going to benefit right-handed hitters. In Flexen, he doesn't really dominate right-handed hitters. He actually is sort of reverse splits, kind of like balanced to each side of the plate. So I really do like Bregman 6.5 again today. So I think he hits just fine against righties. And then the other one's going to be Yordan Alvarez. Platoon advantage in this one. He homered, so that kind of sucks. But hopefully he can do it again here. Yordan Alvarez is one of the better hitters in all of the majors. He's going to be batting right behind Bregman. If you want to stack, I don't hate it going with Bregman and Yordan and then just taking something else, maybe you take Chisholm or one of the no-run first inning props. And then the next one, we're going to go to Coors. So both of these are going to be courtesy of that Coors game, and that is going to be total bases. So the fantasy score projections on these guys are kind of high. That's why I'm going to total bases. And I'm sure you guys notice I don't really take these unless they're 0.5. But I think you make an exception because it is Coors Field. And the two props are going to be Juan Soto and Troy Blackmon. Overs on both of these 1.5 total bases. So they are going to be up against righties, Herman Marquez and Eric Fetty. So this game, just like any Coors game, it's going to have a high run total. Highest on the slate, winds blowing in, but it's only 9 miles in still. You have just how great of a hitter's ballpark this is. So I don't mind that. Soto, Charlie Blackmon, just a platoon advantage for these guys. They're very good hitters. Blackman's been really hot. Soto among the best hitters in the league. I really like both of these guys. I think I'm going to like Blackmon more just because of the matchup. You have a much higher run total. You have the highest run total on the slate for the Rockies here. And playing at home, it's going to be comfortable for Blackmon. He's done it for years now, and Fetty just a much worse pitcher than Marquez is. So Blackmon going to be one of my favorite plays of the slate. So Blackman, one of my favorite plays, and then you add in Jazz Chisholm, and then all three of those no run first inning props are pretty solid. But if you had to make me choose, it would be Blackman and Chisholm for my favorite props of the slate. And once we do get those pitching props added, I'll update it. But no promises. I've got to work on some other things. So hopefully I can get those out though. But pitching props, definitely keep an eye on those because they're having some pretty good ones lately. But I'll post those on my Twitter. You can find, again, my Twitter account in the description below. So thank you guys for watching, and good luck on the slate, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.